time, all part of the test in this competition, and it is a field of 56 combinations to come forward. Well, the first combination, it is the Halsall Electrical CSI 2-star International Show Jumping class. It is a young rider that sets the field here tonight. Christy Pritchard, Christy with this Craig Gelding by Utrino Z, Uki SZ. A new one for her, former rider of Marcel Wolf, first in the accumulator. So the bell's rung, and we're off and running with the Halsall Electrical CSI 2-star accumulator. One point. Three. 6. 10. 15 points. 21 points. 28 points. 36 points. 45, stay on 36. Gets the joker comes down as well, so we have to take a 20 off. It's 16 points in 58.24 for the first of 56 combinations.
But now we go to Henry Truelove, riding for Rachel Williams with Alexanders Z. 61 is their number. There's a mare by Cicero Z. Out of the mare Chippy Z. Henry Truelove, Alexanders Z.
So the bell's rung for Henry Truelove and Alexanders Z. As John said, it's by Cicero Z out of a chippy mare. So we're underway. 1. 3 points. 6 points. 'That's still on 6 points. We're now on 11 points. Stays on 11 points. That's 18 points. 26 points. That's still 26 points. And it's 26 points as the result. 70.62 is within inside the Tamalad for Henry Truelove and Colanda. So we still look for the first one to gain the maximum points in this, which is 65. Let's see what the third combination does. The combination who's had wonderful form. It's the Irish rider Richard Howley and Louise Abbas Diana by Valent, and the mare by numero uno, Richard Howley. One point. On three. Stays on three. Stays on three. And that's 8 points. $14 for Richard Howley. $21 points. 29 points. $38 points. And that means it's 48 points, which is the best we've seen so far. The time is 65.73 for the rider from Ireland, Richard Howley, and Deanna.
To a Scottish rider now, Graham Babes. He rides Eva Larsson's Challenger. It's a stallion, this one. Kolensky G. It's a mare Classic Star. Riding for Great Britain, Graham Babes, Challenger. On 1 point. Safely over 2, up to 3. 6 on the scoreboard. Four to add there on 10. Up to 15. Staying on 15, nothing to add at fence 6 there. 15 on the scoreboard for Graham Babes. $22. Up to 30. Nothing to add there, staying on 30. Goes for the joker. And that falls as well, minus 20 for that. It's 10 there, 68-66 for Graham Babes.
Richard Howley has the best score so far. It's 48 points in 65.73. That leads the Halsall Electrical sponsored competition. To the 8-year-old mare by Verdi now, it's Darian II. Nicola Barry has the ride of this one here this evening at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Second in the 125 Restricted Rider Championship at the National Championships at Stoneleigh just a week ago. They say if the riders jump that joker clear, they get 20 points for that. The maximum award available, 65. Nicola Barry gets underway. One. $3 points. 6. Stays on 6. That's 11 points. And now 17 points. That's 24 points. 32 points. 41 points. Gets that, it's 61, best so far, everyone. 61, and the time is 64.04, and that was Nicola Burry. A lovely round there.
To Ireland we go now. It's Dan Walsh annex to jump. He rides for the E2 show jumpers with Chaos. 2-1-4 the number of this combination. So there's a grade A stallion, 12-year-old by Caratino, with the contender on the side of the dam. It is Chaos, Dan Walsh for Ireland. Up to 3. Staying on 3, fence 3 falling, so no score there. 3 on the scoreboard. Well, thank you there, Dan. Not to be, Dan Walsh elects to retire with KS.
So it is 6 that have jumped so far in the Halsall Electrical accumulator competition, and it is 61 points that leads the way, 61, and the time is 64.04 for reference. A way to go yet, though. It's the 7th to jump now. It is the man that is a wonderful character in show jumping, 2-time Olympian, and he's with us here at the CSI 2-star of the Alexanders Horseboxes. Jeffrey Billington, Jeff, and his own ELO. Team at Halsall Electrical, they are the sponsors of this tour. It is €9,000 and it's 33% of that, so a little over €3,000 goes to the winner here tonight. So Jeff Billington, he gets underway. One. Three. 6. 10 so far. 15. 21 points. 28. 36 points. 36 points. And the joker comes down, so it is a total there of 16 points in 62 seconds for Jeff Billington. 16 is his result, and it is still 61 points. Nicola Burry who leads the way.
But now to the combination that went so well out in Belgium at the Nog Show at the end of July. Second in the 1m45 at the Hickstead Derby meeting as well. It's Emma Stoker and Bob Young's Townhead Tallulah the 5th. 15 is the number of this grade A mare, 11 years old, by Tabasco Lucilla, with the mare by Calvados. Townhead Tallulah the 5th, Emma Stoker.
This is a lovely horse, produced by Emma over the last couple of years. Tabasco Lucilla is the sire. 1.
Clear over 2, up to 3. Up to 6. 10. 15. 21. 28. 36. 45. The top score. And she's done it. It is a total of 65. Our first top score.
Certainly is a lovely round there from Emma Stoker, and the team up there at the Townhead Stud, they're cheering her on tonight. 55.79, and as John points out, the first one for maximum penalties here tonight. So on we go now to Helen Treadwell. She's been in winning form here at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Emma Stoker top of the table with Townhead Tallulah. This combination 7th in the 145 at the National Championships and winner of the 140 at the New Forest and Hans Show. 1 point over the first. Back inside there, 3. 6, looking good. $10 so far. 15. On 21. Stays on 21. Now 29. 38. To the joker, which comes out, so it is 18. It was a wonderful start to the round, but 18's the result there for Constant, and the time 50.61.
So still just the one with that top score of 65. Emma Stoker has really put the pressure on our following combinations in the Halsall Electrical 1 meter 45, accumulated 55.79, the target time as well. This is Emily Hilton now, Cindy Hilton's Millie on air. 199 is their number. This mare by Billy Mexico, combination that went so well internationally at the start of 2016. Picked up placings at Strazil, Sancourt and Ardelot as well. On 1. Up to 6. No score there, we stay on 6. Up to 11. $17. Staying on 17. Up to 34. And clear over the joker. So a score of 54. A time of 66.25 there for Emily Hilton and Millie on air.
Emma Stoker and Townhead Tallulah, the 5th, they lead in 55.79, but still another 44 to come forward in this Halsall Electrical accumulator. A man now from North Yorkshire. He's had a great run of form recently. He really has. He's won here at the international classes, the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Winner of the national accumulator at the Shrewsbury Flower Show. It is Paul Balke and Happy Boy. Happy Boy's now 9 years old. It's bred in Belgium. Here we go. 1. 3. This will be good. 6. Stays on 6. So 11 so far. That's 17. 24. Stays on 24. It's a refusal, so we take 4 points away from that. We're now on 20. Clears fence 9, so on 29. And misses out at the last fence for Paul Barker and Happy Boy. Unfortunately, it is elimination, just didn't go their way tonight. As I said, they have had great form recently, and there are still more international show jumping competitions to come.
Menel Watson goes next. He took the honours in the Stallions and Mares Championship at Addington Manors British Young Horse Championship just last weekend. He goes now with the Eurosport Horses British Bred Whisper in the Wind. It's a Stallion by Cabretti out of the Mare Mystic. It is Menel Watson, Whisper in the Wind, number 84.
Another lovely little horse. Time to beat 55.79. If he leaves them all up and jumps the joker.
1. 3. Up to 6. 10. Inside to 5 clears that as well. 15 on the scoreboard. 21. 28. 36. Down to the final line. 45. And clears the joker. Let's give him a round of applause. 50.28 and 65 points. We have a new leader in the Halsall Electrical accumulator. It is Menel Watson, Whisper in the Wind.
Brilliant time as well. Always a nippy little horse. That 150.28 leads it by a little over 5 seconds. Now we turn our attention to a man who was on the CSI 5-Star Nations Cup team at Hickstead, placed down there with this horse. It's now a 9-year-old by RVDL Douglas, Minion in Mind, and Joe Clayton. 2 riders on 65 points. One. Inside turn on 3. 6. 10. 15, looking good, it's okay. 21. stays on the 21. 29. Stays on 29. And the joker comes down as well, so it is 9 points there, 9 and 48. Correction, 49.80, 49.80, and 9 penalties for Minion in Mind.
Menel Watson leads Emma Stoker in second, and now we move on to France. It's Dan Delsart, it's his own May Spring. 4 is the number. Bred in the UK, this one is by Jessup Lovely Boy, a 13-year-old Grade A mare. Went well at Hickstead for their international competitions, placed in the Speed Derby qualifier there, took 10th, placed out in France as well in the international competitions in Le Touquet. 1. Up to 3. 6. 'No score there, we stay on 6. 17 now. Staying on 17. Up to 25, approaching the final line. 34. Goes for the joker. And that falls as well. So it is 14 points there 55.08, and 14 points for Dan Delsart and May Spring of France.
Well, he won't be too disappointed because he's already won at least one competition here today at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. And it is 40 still to come forward. The leader is Menel Watson and Whisper in the Wind in 65 points, 50.28. Well, they lead. They lead. It is now to Adrian Whiteway. Adrian, who won in the outdoor arena yesterday. He is next with Heather Lawson's Anytime by Nathos, and they are underway. Two riders on 65 points, one on 61, one on 54. That's the lay of the land in the Halsall Electrical accumulator. So no score at one. Two. 5. 9. 14 so far. 20. 'Stays on 20. 28. 'So that's 37 to the Joker. Clears the Joker, so 57, and the time is 60.57 there, and 57 points puts Adrian Whiteway and Anytime the second at the moment into 4th.
Nicola Barry third, Emma Stoker second. 50.28 leads the way for Menel Watson and Whisper in the Wind. This horse now owned by Marie Jones. It is Cowboy, 79 the number, Liam Fitzgerald in the saddle. This a 9-year-old, it's a Grade C gelding by Corland with hat-trick on the side of the dam. They are next to go, 50.28 the target time. They need a top score of 65 to challenge for the lead. Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy.
I really like this horse. I think it could go clear.
1. Up to 3. Clear over fence 3 to add there, so on 6. Up to 10. $15 on the scoreboard now. $21. 28. Dares him to the planks and clears it up to 36. 45 with 1 to jump. And he's got it. 65 points. 57.69 is the time.
I think he deserves another round of applause. I think that was a superb try from Cowboy and Liam Fitzgerald, one of their first CSI 2-star classes together.
And it is into 3rd for Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy.
Menel Watson, Whisper in the Wind, they lead the way. A great effort there, but now Louise Whitaker with this horse second in the Grand Prix in Villach in Treffin. Louise Whitaker. $65 points. 3 riders are on that. 50.28. That wonderful round for Menel Watson. But there's a couple that will take that on, you know. 1. 3. 6 so far. Stays on 6. 11. 12. 17. On 24. 32. Stays there on 32. Has the joker, so it is total there of 52 and 66.28. 52 the result for Louise Whitaker and Ruby with the score of 52. Into 7th so far, but still Mennel top of the table, 65.
What a challenge he has set. But Julie Wells goes now. She was placed here yesterday, 2 days ago in fact, in the 1m30 medium tour competition. She took 11th, jumping double clear back then. It's Robert Kraut's Carmen, 229 is the number. Julie Wells in the saddle of this, met by Whitesnake.
Tricky enough little course for this, but I think it's a wonderful course. They're jumping it really well. And not only the riders have to think about what they're doing here, they also need to be very fast because 50.28 leads.
1. Turns back to fence. Number 2 clears it up to 3. 6 on the scoreboard now, and this looks quick. Up to 10. 15. 50.28 to beat. 21. 28. 36. Down to the final line. Takes a flyer. It's clear up to 45. And it falls there. 25 points. 50.06 is the time. 25 points. But what a time.
What a time. What a great try from Julie Wells. But it is Mennel Watson Whisper in the win, 65 points and 50.28, 50.28 that leads the way. It is set now to Louise Sewell. Louise now, and that lovely horse Feitling, a new horse for her this year, Louise Sewell Feitling. One, 3, 6. So it's a refusal, so we take 4 points off now, which means that we're currently on 2. Stays on 2. Makes it 7. On 13. That's 20. 28. 2 from home. $37. And ups for the joker as well, keeps that up there, so it is 57 points, and the time with inside the time allowed is 71, 70.71.
Well, that goes into 6th place at the moment there for Louise Sewell. Into 6th for Louise Sewell and Feitling. Now to Chloe Winchester. Alan Burnell's Cynic, 130 the number, former rider of Maya Burnell. Chloe Winchester takes the ride here this evening. 130 is the number. They go next. It's a British bred horse. Great to see British breeding doing so well here this week. It's a mare by Sydney with Good Dam on the side of the dam. 1. Up to 3. 6. 10. 15. 21. 50.28 to beat. Up to 28. 36 on the scoreboard as she turns for the final line. Staying on 36. And the joker down as well. We minus 20 for that from the 36, giving Chloe Winchester a total of 16 there.
Scores on the doors. Menno Watson leads. Emma Stoker now in second place. Liam Fitzgerald in third. Nicola Burries in fourth. Adrian Whiteway's in fifth. And Louise Sewell is in sixth place. We stay with the British runners. It is the horse that also is British bred, Air Travel by Air Jordan Z. Recently took part in the two-star classes in the lovely Belgium show in Knokke. It is James Davenport, James and Air Travel. So that target time is 50.28. Have to be moving to be in touch. 1. 3. 6. 10. 15. 21. 28. 36. 45, coming for the maximum. And he gets it as well, maximum there. 64.82 for Air Travel. It is maximum points. It is the fourth rider to get that, and it's the steadiest. So they go into fourth as well.
Kerry Brennan won't be steady. It's Leanne Smith's Wellington Emma next to go 142 there. Remember, she took second in the Big Tour competition here 2 days ago. She will be out to win the Halsall Electrical accumulator. You can bet on that. Wellington M goes next. It's biker Dam de Revel, 13-year-old grade A gelding.
Watch this one go. Watch it go.
1. Up to 3. 6. 10. 15. 21. 'No score there, staying on 21. And the planks down there, we stay on 21. Coming into that final line. Up to 30. And it stays on 30. Not to be there, 30 it is. 52.62 is the time. Hard luck there for Kerry Brennan and Wellington M.
For those of you with the start list, we will take a break at position number 29. That's Annabelle Shields. So we do have another 6 to jump before then. It's 1 for Tracy Priest now. Tracy, who went very well at that show at the New Forest in Hants County. Before that was in Belgium in Zweetvold, and then in the two-star classes at Bullsworth International. 8-year-old bred in Switzerland, Ninja Sue, and Tracy Priest. 65 points in 50.28. Menno Watson, he leads the way. Here we go with Tracy. 1. Three, 6, 10 so far. That's 15 for Ninja Sue and Tracy Priest. $21. 28. 36. 'All up so far, 45 to the last. And it is clear as well, so 65. Time is 64.22. It's a 4th place time so far, and a great effort there from Tracy Priest and the 8-year-old Ninja Sue.
So now to the horse that was second in the Speed Horse of the Year competition at Horse of the Year show last year, with Will Whittaker in the saddle on that day. George Whittaker takes the reins this evening. It's Michael Whittaker's Ballyboo. 46 is the number, 50.28 and a top score of 65, the target. George Whittaker, Ballyboo, 46.
Menno Watson leads the way, 50.28. Emma Stoker sitting in second place. Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy, well, they're in third. Tracy Priest, Ninja Sue, they've just gone into fourth. And James Davenport fifth. And Nicola Barry is in sixth.
1, 3, 6, 'up to 10. Clear over 5, 15 points on the scoreboard at the moment. 21. 28. 36. 2 to jump. 45, and he goes for the joker. And it's clear. 65 points, the top score there for George Whittaker. 54.37 is the time, and they go into second for George Whittaker and Ballyboo.
They do, but Menno Watson still leads by 4 seconds, 50.28. That's the time that they're chasing here, John. Menno Watson, Whisper in the Wind, 52.8. And 65 leads this one now by Tangelo van der Soethoeven. It is the 8-year-old Gelding D'Angelo, Paul Bevan, 1 point. Three, 6, 10 so far. 15 for Paul Bevan. 21. 28. On 36. 45 points. Maximum points, 65 there for Paul, and the time is 65.07. At the moment that is classified 65.07 in 7th place for Paul. Menno still leads, George Whittaker just back from Belgium in 2nd, Emma Stoker currently in 3rd.
2 left to go before we pause for arena maintenance, and the first of those 2, it's Emma Slater. She rides for Mark Haynes with this horse, which she has produced from British novice level up to the international stage now. It's Art du Sens, 205 the number, and this the combination that will play so well out in Lanarken at the start of the year. On 1. 3. Up to 6. Inside to 4, clears it, 10 points. 15. Inside to fence 6 and clear as well, 21. 28. 36, 2 to go, 50.28 the time to beat. Has to clear the joker. And it falls there. What a shame. 25 points. What a good try. Let's give Emma Slater a round of applause. 49.40, the time was quick enough, but the joker falls. 25 for Emma Slater, Art du Sens.
So it was a real shame. That was an excellent time. It was 49.40, but it is 50.28 that leads the way. Now it is a relatively new combination. The horse came from Derry in the northwest of Ireland, and it is one for Annabelle Shields, Eileen McKinney from County Donegal's Cononnibridge challenger, Annabelle Shields. Six so far. It's a really good horse, but clips the joker down there, so it is 45. 25 there for Annabelle Shields, 62.25, and Cononnibridge challenger. The only rail comes down is the joker. So Menno Watson still leads, George Whittaker, he's in second. Then in third, it's Emma Stoker. Liam Fitzgerald is in fourth, Tracy Priest fifth, James Davenport sixth, Paul Bevan seventh, and Nicola Barry is in eighth. 27 to go, and now it is time for the interval.
So it is Menno Watson who leads to the halfway stage in the Halsall Electrical accumulator competition at the moment. We'll be back up and running in just a few minutes' time, so take the opportunity to go and view some of the trade stands at the moment. We've got Lee. If we shall go and pay him a visit, really does have some good products on sale at the moment. He's located to the right-hand side of the arena as you look at it from our judges' box. Also down the bottom as well behind the grandstand. Definitely where it came then. We've got a few minutes before we get back underway with the Halsall Electrical accumulator.
Well, we get back underway with the Halsall Electrical CSI 2-star tour. €9,000. And the scores on the doors, it is Menno Watson who leads at the minute. And then it is George Whittaker in second. It is Emma Stoker and the team at the Townhead Stud in third. Liam Fitzgerald sits fourth. Tracy Priest in fifth. James Davenport in sixth. Paul Bevan is in seventh. And eighth place at the moment is Nicola Barry. 27 left to go. 27 to go. If they want to be in touch with the time of Menno Watson, 50.28, they really do need to be covering the ground and they need to be moving here in the Halsall Electrical Tour. It is Tim Page who gets us underway, and a relatively new horse for him. It's a lovely horse. It was placed in Mill Street with Laura Rennick on board, fourth in one of the ranking classes there. The 8-year-old stallion, French bred, Utrino de Breve, and Tim Page. On four. $22 so far. Total of 19. 19 is the result there. 65.03 for the relatively new combination of Tim Page and John and Laura Rennick's Utrino de Breve.
37 is our next to go. It's Chelsea Skelton. She's not unfamiliar with these accumulator competitions. She took second in the National Accumulator at Lincolnshire Agricultural Show. Won the National 1 metre 40 Open at Heckington and District Show as well. Not too long ago. In good form with the British bred Millfield Baloney. This horse is a grade A, 10 years old, by Balu de Ruizet. Millfield Baloney. Chelsea Skelton. One. Three. 6. 10. Up to 15. 50.28 the leading time. 21. 28. 36. Down to the final line. 50.28 the time to beat. 45. 1 to jump. And it falls the joker fence down there for Chelsea Skelton. So minus 20 for that. It's a top score of 25. Total score there of 25 for Chelsea Skelton and Millfield Baloney.
Was a good effort. Was a good effort, but it's Menno Watson, the man, still very top of the table, 65 points in 50.28. That's what leads. 25 to go. Thank you to the team at Halsall Electrical for their sponsorship of this accumulator here at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. One of the Whittaker family now, it's Donald on board. Donald Whittaker and Billy Zed, a partnership that's been together for a while. Recently qualified for the Horse of the Year Show Grade C final, and they're underway next. The 8-year-old horse. on 10. $15. $36. Gets the joker, so it's 56 there for Donald Whitaker. The time is 67.03 for Donald. Drops them just outside of 10th place at the minute.
19 goes now. It's Willandry E, 15-year-old grade A gelding by Lupicourt, owned by Jack Eames. In the saddle will be Bertram Williams, the combination that won the area trial at Kent County Show in July.
$65 points. We've got 7 riders on maximum points. 50.28, that's what leads.
On 1. Tight turn back to 2, up to 3. 6. Staying on 6. Up to 11 now though, clear over fence 5. $17 on the scoreboard now. 24. 32. Stays on 32. And the joker down as well, so it's a score of 12 there. 52.88 is the time. 12 points for Abbey Birchmore Eames and Willandry E. So Menel Watson still leading.
He's got his lion's share of €9,000, sponsored by Halsall Electrical. 50.28, 31 have jumped so far. 22 to go now. The 13-year-old by Papillon Rouge. Perfect Rouge, Matt Sampson. Wait till you see this one go. You've got to be quick, and there's no better man to go up against Menel Watson, who leads in 50.28. Matt Sampson, Perfect Rouge. He'll be looking to come inside everywhere. Let's watch him go. Matt Sampson. Six. Pushes and gets it on 10. Stays on 10. Stays on 10. Not tonight for Matt. He's a great sport, and he always gives us great form. But he keeps going. He keeps going. So on 25. On 34. And the joker. So it is 54 points in 60.33 there. 60.33, 54 for Matt Sampson and Perfect Rouge. So Menel Watson, Menel leads in 50.28. That's the best time on the track so far. And now to the next one, the next in the Halsall Electrical accumulator.
It is Jess Dimmock. She's next to go with Billy Tortilla, a grade B. 8-year-old this one, only 8 by Billy Mexico. Billy Tortilla, Jess Dimmock, 184. Three. -4 there, so on -1 now. Up to 2. Staying on 2. Up to 7. Up to 13 now. $20. 28. 37. Clears the joker. Well, 57, but 4 for time. We take that 4 away, and it leaves Jess Dimmock with a total of 53 points there, 86-5.
Yes, it does. It's 50.28 there for Menel, who's still top of the table. George Whittaker's in second, and Emma Stoker is in third. There are 7 riders on 65 at maximum points. Wonderful combination now. A young rider who rode brilliantly in the ranking class here last night at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Trains with Richard Howley in Wetherby in North Yorkshire. It is Dee Millfield, Darren, and Leonie Aikenhead. Six so far. $15. 21. 'Coming for maximum points. Oh, it's a real shame. She deserves a round of applause though. She rode brilliantly up to that final one. It is 25 penalties there, 25 points in 62.19 for Leonie Aikenhead. We'll see more of her tomorrow.
Menel Watson is leading in the Halsall Electrical accumulator competition by over 4 seconds. Is anyone going to be able to catch him? Tracy Newman will give it a try. She goes now with number 110. It's Derek Bolton's challenge, a 9-year-old stallion, this one by Lucky Boy. Recent winners of the National 1m40 Open at Anglesey County Show 2 weeks ago. Tracy Newman goes now, challenge 110. 1. Up to 3. 6. Up to 10. 15. No score there, we stay on 15. Staying on 15. Well, not to be there. Thank you, Tracy. She gives us a signal here in the judges' box and elects to retire with challenge. So Menel Watson still leading the way.
Certainly does, John. Less than 20 to go. The Halsall Electrical sponsored competition. €9,000. That's the prize spot sponsored by the team at Halsall Electrical here at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. Another one of our young riders on course now competed at the Longy Royal International Horse Show at Hickshead, took a 10th place in one of the senior 1 metre 40 classes there. Callum Tussler, Callum and the 9-year-old Irish bred Convinced I Am. As I've told you, there are 7 riders with 65 points. The best of those, Menno Watson, 50.28. He's the top of the table. Callum Tussler, here he goes. So 13 at the moment. Well, the team at the Halsall Electrical, they sponsored this competition. The team at Halsall Electrical, thank you for your sponsorship here in this, the 145 accumulator. We'll get Callum and the horse back together again. It's certainly good to see the rider on foot there. Let's just give them a moment. The rundown so far, it is Menno Watson. He's the long-time leader now, 50.28, leads it from one of the early to go. Then George Whitaker, he's in second place. Emma Stoker from the Townhead Stud, they're in third. Then Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy, they're in fourth place. Ninja Sue, Tracy Priest, they sit in fifth place. Then in sixth place at the moment, it's James Davenport and Air Travel. In seventh, well, that's Paul Bevan D'Angelo, and eighth, Nicola Barry at the moment. He's on his feet, everybody. Good to see him on his feet. Callum Tussler. So we move on. We move on with 18 to go.
We haven't had a top score of 65 since we paused for arena maintenance. That could change though. It's David Quigley, our next away. He rides for the team at Equiinvest Show Jumping with EIS Isora. 219 is the number of this Grade C 8-year-old. Recently took third place in one of the 2-star internationals at Bolesworth in June. David Quigley, EIS Isora, 219. One. Up to 3. Staying on 6, no score, fence 4. 6 on the scoreboard. That now up to 11. $17. $24. 32. 41. Well, a score of 61, but there's one for time. We take that from the total, and that gives David Quigley a new score of 60 there. 60 for EIS, Isora, and David Quigley.
Goes ninth at the moment. Goes ninth with 7 riders on 65 points. One there on 61. That's Nicola Barry, who lies in 8th. Menno Watson, the man, still top of the table. But now we go to the rider from India, based with Sean Sales. He's got big ambitions, looking to compete at the Olympics in the future. Sharmurzed, Ajay Apachu. So it's 80.85, that's the time. It is 62 there for Ajay Apachu and Sharmurzed. But the long-time leader, he securely has his position at the top of the leaderboard, and it is another 15 to go.
But out on track now, Sian Edwards of Wales with Philip Price's Adriana. 185 is their number. It's a 9-year-old. Grade B mare by Argentinas. Took third in the 1 metre 45 at Pembroke County Show just 2.5 weeks ago. On 10. Up to 15. 21. 28. Stays on 28. Still on 28. Goes for the joker though. And that falls as well. So a score of 8, 65.02, and 8 points for Sian Edwards and Adriana. Menno Watson leading, George Whittaker second, Emma Stoker third, Liam Fitzgerald fourth, Tracy Priest fifth, James Davenport in sixth, and Paul Bevan seventh, 7 on a top score of 65.
It is, and Menno Watson at 50.28. Can he be beaten? He certainly laid down a difficult challenge. It is the young rider from Wales now. It's a relatively new horse for him. Been riding it for the last 7 or 8 months. British bred Tinkers Tyson, former rider of Jessica Dimmock. And today it's Morgan Carpenter. He's in the pilot seat. Took second at Aintree recently in a 135 there. So 30 points. Joker comes out, 20 to take off there. So it's 10 for Morgan Carpenter, 66-27. That's going to be his effort in this, the Halsall Electrical accumulator.
About 13 left to go. Still, Menel Watson leads. Lance Whitehouse is next to go there with a new ride for him. This one owned by Cat Taylor. It is Cartino the third, 160 the number. Recently finished second in one of the two-phase competitions in the International at Southview earlier this year. It is a 9-year-old Grade C gelding by Cartano. Cartino the third, Lance Whitehouse.
He'll be moving. He will be moving. 50.28 is his target.
1.
$15 so far.
$21. Up to 28. 36. Down to the final line. Has to clear the joker. 36.
So not to be for Lance. Not to be for Lance. Menel leads, George second, Emma Soka still in third spot. It is Liam Fitzgerald and Cowboy there in fourth. Then fifth place is Tracy Priest, James Davenport's in sixth. And we go to a combination now. They really did have a wonderful round in the Longines International Grand Prix of Ireland at the Dublin Horse Show. They rode to fifth place there. It was a cracking round. And they are next in the Halsall Electrical accumulator. Angelique Von Essen, the Swedish rider based in the UK, Newton Abbott. Six so far. On 15. $20 stays on 15. It is 59 points, gets that one there. 69.03 for Angelique Von Essen, Newton Abbott. But that man with Whisper in the Wind, Menel Watson, 50.28. And maximum points, John, that's still very top of the table as we head towards the final 10 or 11.
But our next combination won't hold back against the clock. It's Yasmin Davis. She was second just over a week ago in the Stallion and Mares Championship at the British Young Horse Championships with a double clear. It's Alison Davis's Sylvester II, 202, Yasmin Davis. On 3. Up to 6. $10 on the scoreboard now. So far, so good. Up to 15. $21. 28, 36. 45, and clears the joker. 65 points there, 58.69 is the time, and that goes into fifth, and I think that deserves a round of applause.
Menno Watson leads 50.28. There's it all to play for because 4 seconds separates first and second place in the Halsall Electrical accumulator. It is now to Rhys Oliver. Rhys and Erlenmore Aldi had that wonderful round in the Grand Prix at the Northcote Stud a little bit earlier on this year. National 130 champions underway. 3, 6, stays on 6. Clear over the last one there. So 38, Rhys Oliver, Erlenmore Aldi there, 38 points for him today. It isn't classified, it's still 8 riders on maximum points. Menno Watson 50.28 tops the table.
And 8 combinations left to go in the Halsall Electrical accumulator competition. James Whittaker is the first of those. We do just need that bottom pole picking back up as well, please, Arena Party. The bottom pole on fence 8. Thank you very much. Worked tirelessly throughout the day to help the day run smoothly. James Whittaker goes now. It's Sarah Saltman Sentimento JX. 68 is the number. They took 14th in the 1m30 medium tour 2-phase competition 2 days ago. One. Up to 3. 6. 8 falling pole there, no score at 4, still on 6. Up to 11 now. 17. 24. 32. 41 goes for the joker. And clears it. 61 points on the scoreboard, 53.71 the time on the clock, and it's into 10th for James Whittaker and Sentimento JX. Menno Watson breathes again. He still leads. 50.28 is the target time. Need a top score of 65 to challenge for the lead.
You do, and you really have to be moving. So, Arena team, just fence number 4, please. Just fence number 4 to go up, please, Arena team. So 50.28. It is 65 points. Menno Watson leads, but here's James Smith. James from Scotland. Tyson Uno by this Uno. 28. Goes for fence 10, has that one done as well. So 28.51.69 comes very close to the time of Menno Watson, but it is a couple down there for James Smith and Tyson Uno. Menno Watson still leads, George Whitaker second, Emma Stoker from the Townhead Stud sits in third, and it is less than 10 to go.
To number 127 now, this Billy Toomey's Lotus. Beth Vernon takes the ride here this evening. This 9-year-old mare, bred in the Czech Republic, recently placed in the two-phase competition at the Three-Star International at Mill Street. Beth Vernon, Lotus 127. So here we go, Beth Vernon, Lotus, 127, their number. 50.28 and a top score of 65, the target being set by Menno Watson, and Whisper in the wind. Leading the way by 4 seconds, Beth Vernon, away she goes, on 1. Up to 3. Clear over fence 3, 6 points at the moment. No score at fence 4, we stay on 6. .26, turning into the final line. Stays on 26. A circle there, so -4 for that, 22 on the scoreboard. Well, not to be there, unfortunately 2 refusals for Beth Vernon, and it does result in elimination, I'm afraid.
Couple to go, 7 in fact, 7, and it's Menno Watson currently leading the Halsall Electrical, 50.28. It is 5 to go in fact, 5 for now to Jamie Gornall and Nick Motman's Unistop by non-stop, jumped in Italy earlier in the year in the 3-star tours there. The target time 5:028, and they need to achieve maximum penalties. That's the bell for him. $11 so far. 26. The joker comes down, so we have to take 20 off there. It's 15 points in 62.16 for Jamie Gornall and Unistop. Final four in the Halsall Electrical accumulator.
Has Mennel Watson done enough to take the title? He leads and has done for a long time now. By over 4 seconds, 50.28 is the time to beat. And now to Stacey Babes with the E2 show jumpers. Quillimbo 118 is the number of this stallion by Kidam de Revel. It's Quillimbo, Stacey Babes 118. On 6. Clear over 4, up to 10. 15 points now. No score there. We stay on 15 for Stacey Babes and Quillimbo. $30 points on the scoreboard now. $39. Clear over 10, 49 the score there. 2 for time though. We take those off. It's 47 the total. 75.78 is the time for Stacey Babes and Quillimbo.
3 to go. Emily Ward, Derek Walsh and Graham Lovegrove yet to come forward. The long-time leader, Mennel Watson, safely still top of the tree in 50.28. Now the young rider has been part of 5 European Championship teams this year. The bronze team in Mill Street at the Ireland European Championships with that lovely horse Remy Cavallari. It is though Michael Whittaker's Du Bally and Emily Ward. Michael Whittaker, Nick Ward's Du Bally by the great Conor Dobolensky. Time to beat 50.28. On 6 so far. Emily puts her hand up and retires from the competition. Not tonight for the bronze medal champion from the European Championships, Emily Ward and Du Bally.
We're down to 2. Derek Morton goes now. It's Mennel Watson leading the way, but Derek would love to pick his pocket and take a share of that €9,000 prize pot. He rides the Skernley Studs Beachleys, 188 the number. They took money in the 1m30 medium tour competition here yesterday. Derek Morton, 188. Beachleys, 50.28, the time to beat. One. 3. Staying on 3. up to 7. 12. 18 points on the scoreboard for Derek Morton and Beach Lees. 25. 33 now. 42 goes for the joker. And that falls as well there. 22.61.26 is the time there for Derek Morton and Beach Lees. Eamon, will it be Mennel? Will it be Graham?
Will it be Graham, who was the runner-up in one of the two-star Grand Prix in Portugal? That was at a show in the middle of Portugal called Vimeiro. It is the last to go in the Halsall Electrical two-star accumulator with Sent to Love. Graham Lovegrove last to go. Target time 50:28. Graham Lovegrove in pole position here tonight. $15, 25 seconds to get home. On 21. 36.
Can he do it?
52.8 to beat. Oh, it comes down. It comes down. Give him a round of applause. A great try. A great try. Look at that time. 49.24. Graham Lovegrove finishes outside of the top 8. Ladies and gentlemen, the CSI two-star Halsall Electrical winner. Put your hands together. He'll be in a minute. It's Mennel Watson and Whisper in the Wind. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is presentation time at the Alexanders Horseboxes Scope Festival. We welcome in the winner of the CSI two-star class, sponsored by Halsall Electrical. Halsall Electrical downright here to welcome forward the winner of this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Menno Watson, he comes forward with Whisper in the Wind. In second place, George Whittaker, Ballyboo. Third, Emma Stoker, Townhead Tallulah. In fourth place, Liam Fitzgerald, Cowboy. Fifth place to Yasmin Davis, Sylvester. Sixth place to Yasmin Davis, Sylvester, and Tracy Priest in sixth with Ninja Sue. James Davenport in seventh, and Paul Bevan, he comes in eighth. Tracy's here with Ninja Sue, James Davenport 7th with Air Travel, and Paul Bevan in 8th with D'Angelo. So, as the riders go into formation, if I can ask you please to be upstanding for the national anthem of the winning nation. Tonight it is a win for Great Britain. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, Menno Watson, Whisper in the Wind. It was a cracking round from him, wasn't it? And it's a wonderful little horse. And we are delighted to have Dan Wright, Dan and the team from Halsall Electrical, who put so much support and so much sponsorship into show jumping. The team from Halsall Electrical saying so well done, Dan Wright, to Menno Watson and Whisper in the Wind. Well, now to second. Second place, George Whittaker, Ballyboo. Great to have George in the lineup, just back with Jos Lansing. He was training there in Belgium with him. It is George in second with Ballyboo. Third place, Emma Stoker and the team at the Townhead sub, Bob Young's Townhead, Tallulah the 5th. Bob watching on the sidelines, Bob and Claire and the entire team in hospitality saying, oh, well done to Emma. Fourth, Liam Fitzgerald, he had a great round with Cowboy. Then fifth was Yasmin Davies, sixth was Tracy Priest, seventh James Davenport, and eighth place to Paul Bevan. The team at the Halsall Electrical, thank you. Dan Wright, thank you for doing the awards, and thanks for everything that you do, putting sponsorship and support into British show jumping. Now one thing to do to finish the competition. It is the lap of honour from the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Menno Watson and Whisper in the Wind. Right, I think we can make a little bit more noise than that for Menel. It was a wonderful run. Now on his own, ladies and gentlemen, Menel Watson.